So, hey there, gang. On this episode, I want to talk to you about something that someone brought up in one of the comments, and they were saying, well, what do you do when you are stuck in a rut? What happens if you've got writer's block? And, a few years ago, I probably couldn't have answered that question because honestly, I never had writer's block, and I never really got stuck in a rut. It was pretty amazing, and I was very grateful. However, I have this group that I play in Norway, two dear friends of mine. We call ourselves Mad King Edmund, and we were doing our second album. The first album was completely improvised. You can find it on Spotify. It's kind of cool. It was more spoken word, and I made it up as I went along based on true stories. Thus, it's called Best True Stories. But the second album, they wanted to do a second album, then COVID hit. So we had to work long distance, thus send files back and forth and write real songs rather than just improvising them. And for the first time in my life, I was stuck. So what did I do? Well, I went outdoors. It was a little bit confounding, and it was frustrating, and it was quite difficult, actually. Befuddling. I had never been stuck before. I'd never had writer's block. I'd never been in a rut like that, but I went outdoors. And one of the places I like to go outdoors to, since I'm here in London, we will now switch magically from the black and white to color. We're now in color. And the reason is I'm in my favorite park here in Stamford Brook. That tree that you see in the distance there is Vanessa Redgrave's tree that she planted for her daughter, Natasha Richardson, after she tragically died. And so I come here and I sit and I watch the kids play and people walk their dogs, and I look at this beautiful tree planted for Natasha Richardson. And it's pretty quiet, as you can see. It's a lovely park. And they really take care of it and treat it well. And so I can sit here on the bench and just write when the inspiration comes, and I find that it comes. Maybe it's London, maybe it's the park. The other thing I do, we'll switch back to black and white. The other thing I do is I go hiking when I'm back in Nashville. There's a park not far from my house that has wonderful trails and peaks and very well manicured. The Friends of Warner Park do an amazing job. And what happened to me was in this particular instance, I started hiking because I was stuck. I was in a rut. I was blocked. And I started hiking. And magically, every day while I was hiking, because it's like a 3.5 mile hike, I'm not kidding, at the end of every day, I had either 3/4 or 100% of a lyric, which I could then hone later and fine tune. And I wrote 11 songs, 11 lyrics in 11 days. So my suggestion to you is get out of your comfort zone. Get out in general. Get outside, take a walk, take a hike, go do anything, go to museums, get inspired, get stimulated. Just get out of your room and sitting there with your guitar and your pen, or your piano and your pen, or whatever you write with, and get out. Get out. See you next time.